Well then, my camera decided to turn off. I apologize. This stupid thing is not wanting to stay upright. So apparently, this little thing that I thought was like a tarp or something to lay down was actually a pair of really crappy gloves, but I have a better one over here just in case I need it. So I was reading the instructions for this resin because certain resins say it's like 1 part hardener, or like 1 part resin to 1 part hardener, and others say it's like 1 part resin to 2 parts hardener. But this one says equal parts. So I'm going to do that. So the best way to get color into your resin is to put the resin in and then put your color in first. And I'm going to do that with one of these. Actually, to start off, I think instead of making this to begin with, I'm going to make the runes. Now, I've seen some incense burners that have like the moon phases and stuff, so I'm kind of wanting to get those eventually. Alright, where'd you go? There it is. Alright, I got it. So, I'm not sure. Actually, I want to test how much liquids these hold. So, give me a moment to go to my sink. Alright, I currently have 6 ounces of water. I'm going to carefully see how much this mold right here will hold. And I'm going to do this over the sink. Sorry, I'm paranoid. Very carefully. I could technically use these to make ice cubes. I'm trying not to use more than I need. Okay. Alright, so this took it down about 2 ounces. So, keeping in mind that these are the same size, only one of them has an extra slot, as you can see, and that's just a blank tile, basically. I only need about 2, there's a total 4 ounces, so I only need like 2 ounces. Ain't gonna be able to make very many of these if it takes a full 2 ounces. I have no idea how much the other molds take. Alright, I got my little stick here. Put the cap back on this resin. There we go. As of the time recording this, it is 10:41 a.m. on Super Bowl Sunday. The Chiefs are playing the Buccaneers, and honestly, my husband and I are rooting for the Chiefs, but even if they don't win, it's just good that they got to go, you know? Keep this for now. Don't need very much of this. See, this one, I don't know if y'all are going to be able to read this. This is silver black. So, let me get this over here in the frame where you can see. Come on, you. That ought to do. Sorry, ignore me freaking coughing to death over here. For some reason, sometimes when I breathe in, I happen to breathe in some of my own saliva, so. This is actually going to take about 2 or 3 minutes, so I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've gotten it all fixed. I'm not sure whether I want to put any glitter in this. Probably not, because there's really not that much of any of these. So, that's my son in the background. Yes, we know it's you. Silly child. Alright, so. I'm going to do this. Sorry, I'm predominantly right-handed, just trying to figure out what way I'm supposed to be holding this. I'm actually going to take this and scrape off some excess. Yeah, that way I can use it to, like, scrape the edge. Okay, that's alright. Good grief. There are just little hairs that float around the house all the time. Part of it's me, because I have long hair. I'll take credit. But another part is the occasional beard hair from my husband. Probably a few hairs from Evan as well, my son. And then, of course, you know, cats. They shed. Almost said shred, but that wouldn't have been wrong. Oh, jeez. I offered to make a set of runes like this for my husband, but he said he'd rather have wood or stone or something like that, and I would as well. Wood. But I'm just going to make these so that I have my own set for now, and eventually I hope to make some wooden ones. Technically, you can make them out of whatever you want. You could have, I think I've seen glass sets, but I'm terrified to use anything like that. I don't want it to break. You can make it out of stone, any kind of crystal. It could even be made out of soapstone. That would be a unique idea. You could also make them out of clay if you really wanted to be in tune with the earth. I think that would be neat, but you got to make sure that you do that right so that the clay is treated correctly and it won't, like, crack or anything, you know, being tossed around. Ooh, almost. Almost done with this one, and I should have just enough to get the other one. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move this aside. You still have water. There we go. A couple of those are a bit more full than I would like, so where'd you go? You can reuse these cups, but honestly, I've just been throwing them out. My husband got them at... No, these ones came, I think, these ones here, I think came with something I ordered. It could have been my husband got them from, you know, like Walmart or something. Alright, hang on. Stay. These gloves are just too big and they're actually annoying me, so... Luckily, there's a trash can there. Alright, I think I know what I gotta do here. There's just too much in 2 of these, and I want to just scrape them down a little and make them a little more even, so I'm just going to use this little guy. And it's okay. If you mess up doing this, it happens, ladies and gentlemen. It happens. It does happen, Evan. People are not perfect and they make mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes. Like if you're trying to lose weight, you know, you're gonna slip up every now and again, and you're gonna have that donut that you didn't need. It's okay. It's not a big deal. I gotta tell myself that. a lot. But because of my, my autism, I can't have other people telling me things like that. Because then I'm just like, I know. It, like, the regular functioning part of my brain is just like, calm down, sweetheart. It's not a big deal. But it's like somebody telling you to do something, and you're already doing it. Yep. You're back there blowing raspberries. I know, I hear you, you goober. I will go back over this with like a napkin in a minute, just to make sure that, there's no no excess. I'm thinking of just taking a toothpick and like at some point on one of these sets I'll take a toothpick and actually swirl it around a bit to help even things out, but I don't really do that a whole bunch because this is a silver black, so there's like silver streaks in it, and it's really pretty, and I kind of don't want to ruin that. So, if you want a set of these, comment down below. I'll make you one. If you want one of the trays, let me know that too. If you want one of the pendants or something I've already made, just let me know. And like, maybe we can like you can hit me up on Instagram. And I would say Facebook, but I've actually had a lot of people with fake accounts try to get a hold of me on Facebook, and so I'm a little paranoid. Of course, there was this one chick on Instagram that I just ended up blocking her because she contacts me and like, she's wanting to be friends and stuff, and I'm like, you don't just outright ask to be best friends with somebody, you just ask if you could be friends. The best friends thing kind of just happens. Okay? And so I was like, yeah, sure, I'm down to make new friends. I don't mind. It's not a big deal. And, like, we somehow end up talking about how my husband and I are wanting to move, and we're either going to move to Texas or to Colorado. It honestly depends financially. And so I'm talking to her about that, and she just suddenly comes at me with, oh, I'm a real estate agent. I can help you get, or like, she just comes at me with how she's basically just offering to help me get, like, help my husband and I find a house. And I'm just like, what? So I asked her, I was like, oh, are you a real estate agent? And she goes, yes, I am a real estate agent. And I was like, oh, do you have a website or something? Because, like, maybe I can look at that and see what houses she has available. And this is where I was started getting kind of suspicious because, guys, to be honest, if you're a real estate agent and just starting out, you might not have a website if you're one of those people that just buys houses and rents them out to people or sells them or whatever. You're a house flipper. You do it yourself. Yeah, I could see that. But she gave me the impression that she worked for a company because she called herself a real estate agent. You don't call yourself a real estate agent if you don't work for a company. You just call yourself a landlord if you don't. So she told me she didn't have a website, and that's where I became a little suspicious. Okay? Okay. What the what? Oh, that's right. Ribbons. Ah, the green one. Now what I have to do is I have to get a pair of scissors, and I'm going to rinse this cup out and my hand off, because that, yeah, that thing just hit me. The freaking stick hit me in the hand, so I'll be over here. Oh, that would be my upstairs neighbor. Hang on, I will be right. Alright, I'm back. Look at this. It's already glowing. It kind of went everywhere because, okay, you could see the plastic tube, right? I might have actually grabbed the green one. I might have grabbed the blue one. This might be the blue one. I don't know if you could tell, But inside, you can kind of focus. Come on, you. Well, you can kind of tell right about here. There's some liquid up here, and then right here, right about where my fingernail is where a glass tube, very thin glass, I might have it, very thin, holds the actual color. And what happens is when you bend these, I'm not going to do it right now, but it cracks the glass tube and the color comes out. So, there's every chance that this is going to glow in the dark. And I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, but I really wasn't. Oh, I forgot. Oh my gosh, where I can never find the barbecue lighter anymore. My husband keeps just like misplacing it. So, like my shoes. Okay. Easy. Put this here. I'm going to take this and just... hang on. Sorry about that. I had to fix the, color. Sorry about that. I had to put my son down for a nap. Alright. So I ended up adding a little bit of a couple matching colors of mica powder. Don't worry. I just want to see what it'll do to the color if I add mica powder to it versus if I just do... Yeah, I think that one was blue and that this one is actually green. That one's yellow. I don't know. I'll discover later when I make the other one with no mica powder. Alright. Now this, I literally just pour it over the entire thing. And I kind of just give it time to settle to all the nooks and crannies. I gotta poke it down kind of inside, you know, just to make sure. I love the color of this. I might actually keep this tray. I love the color so far, but the color changes when it sets. So keep that in mind when you're making anything with resin. Just a little over here. I think that's good. Oops. Have a little bit extra, so what I'm going to do is carefully slide this over here to where it's out of the way. And this table is a tad uneven because it's one of these tables that you can see right here, it folds. We got this back around Thanksgiving because we were having people come over and we didn't have enough counter space to set all the food. So I'm going to take these bits and make some bits. I want to make a couple elephant ones because the last time I tried they just didn't turn out. One of them was missing part of a trunk and everything. I can hear a truck backing up outside, which I'm guessing means it's probably the van that's come to get people for church service. Now, the family that I grew up with, very religious, very. Not like extremely, but they're definitely religious, and they go to church every Sunday if they're physically able. But I know for a fact I don't have a single family member who will go to church on Super Bowl Sunday. They miss it every time. Because they're just like, it's Super Bowl Sunday, can't miss it. We gotta know. Although this time might be different. I believe a couple of them are actually working today. A couple of them are not physically able any longer. Really need a toothpick for these, but I'm just going to scrape off the excess. Alright, I guess I'm making some music notes too. That way I don't really feel like I'm wasting, you know? I might want to do... There we go, that's better. That'll get it. Don't worry. Now I have extra to do, you know, another bit or two. And if I rhyme and it drives you crazy, because I know some people hate it when people rhyme, I apologize. I don't mean to do that. It just kind of slips out sometimes. I know it bugs my sister a little bit, but what really bugs her, well, one of my sisters anyways, what really bugs her is the fact of puns. She doesn't like puns, especially food puns. She hates them. She basically thinks they're stupid and cheap and easy comedy. And I'm like, that's kind of the point. It's like fart jokes in kids' movies. You know it's going to happen. Fart and poop jokes. You know it's going to happen. There we go. Now, as opposed to reusing this cup, because it's very, very difficult to get this out, I'm going to use a different cup. I'm going to move these bits over here. And no, I'm trying not to show my... And yeah, I'm trying not to show my face today just because I'm having one of them days where I feel like I look like crap, so... And I know they say you shouldn't care about what other people think, and I really don't anymore, honestly, but still, you know. Not caring what people think and not wanting to hear it is two completely different things. This is gonna be fun. Ooh. Hang on a minute. Yeah, it's a great one. See? Did it just to test. Now I've got to get the bone shears again because I couldn't find the scissors, and then I realized that the scissors that I was actually going to use are broken. Oops, see? See what I mean? Alright, hang on. Darn, I can't get it out with these, so I'm going to have to rinse these off and grab a pair of tweezers. Hang on, the tweezers are over here. I have a pair of jewelry tweezers, but I don't know where I put them. I lose things all the time because I'll set them somewhere and then I go to get them later and they're gone. Darn it, Jim. So I'm gonna have to wash my hands. Okay. Oop. Well, this towel is old and grubby, so might as well use it instead of running back for a napkin every time. I don't know why I keep only grabbing one. Oh boy. Okay. Almost done. I'll be right back. Okay, so I discovered that the color in those glow sticks actually runs out fairly quickly. So I don't know if it'll stick, but this right here, I ended up adding a touch of mica powder to it anyway, but I added barely any. I do have a plan to do another like experiment episode or video or whatever you want to call it. Basically, I plan to do another video about like what stuff you can use for homemade dyes. Like, different household items. And I'm wondering if you can order glow stick fluid. Like just the fluid. I've heard that you can actually mix paint with resin for color. I don't know. I don't know about that. So, I am going to look further into that, and if I can, I will see about getting some glow-in-the-dark paint. By the way, the colors I used in the other mold, oh my gosh. You can see them here. The one I used for the runes is called Silver Black. I used 2 for the bluish green one over here that you can't see right now. I used a touch of green apple and a touch of bluish green. It literally says bluish green. And this one is called Fantasy Yellow. And I barely used any, and for some reason the color reminds me of Belle's dress from Beauty and the Beast. I cannot talk today. It's one of those days. Oh no. If today's like this and it's a Sunday, God, what is Monday going to be like? Oh Lord. Jeez. Oh, look at that. I have a little friend who snuck in. Get out of here. Broken piece of glass. See? See, that's why you gotta be careful here, guys. I don't know if it's actually glass or just really tough plastic, but either way, nope. It takes longer doing it this way, but I know I won't put too much in if I do it like that. Almost. I just like to use as much as I possibly can when it comes to resin so that I don't feel like I'm wasting it, you know? And I can always trim off the excess later with my very sharp knife. Oops, I'll get that in a minute. Alright. Yeah, even just a teeny bit of excess can actually, I'm just actually going to straight up pour this out and scrape it off because there's so much I'm just going to be able to use all of it, really. Ugh, I had to light something on fire earlier, and now it just smells like burnt stuff in here. So, spray some more of this. In case you're wondering what scent this is violet and lychee. Lychee. I have no idea. I've never seen that word. But like I said, my husband can't do he can't do floral scents. They really, really bother him. The one that will cause him to go into an asthma attack instantly if he smells it is like, you know, if it and it's strong is the rose scent, like the fake rose scent that they put on wooden roses. I think that's actually rosewood. You know that old. I asked my mom at one point. I was like, why do all old ladies smell the same? Like, I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful here, but why the heck do they all smell the same? And she said, it's the perfume they wear. It's called rose water. And I was like, they could tone it down a bit. I mean, that even makes me gag a little bit. It smells good, don't get me wrong. It smells good. It's a familiar childhood smell. Like, you get it. But, you know. What happens if I mix these two together? It turns a little bit darker. I'm just going to swirl this. And just kind of drizzle it in here to get rid of this little bit. That's better. Alright. This I will wash because I intend to use it later. Now, where to go? Oh boy. Okay. I really need a better lighter. Hold on. Alright, so that's all. I've got the rune setting. I've got these two tray molds, some bits. I'm just going to call them that because they literally are just bits. Especially this little one right here. Like the other one I showed you could be used for earrings. This one is literally just a bunch of random little bits. So, now you can see my face. Hi. My hair's a mess, I know. I apologize. Alright, so I'll tune back in tomorrow and show you guys how these turned out. I've got to do some editing. Ignore the camera shaking. I don't know what I'm going to do with these exactly. There's hardly any in here. And it came with the rune molds. So I'm actually thinking of... Actually, I just thought I could save these for when I get those other molds in the mail later this month or early next month or something. Actually, it might not be till the end of, what is this, February? Yeah, it might not be till the end of March. Would you stop? Goodness. Anyways, let me just, okay, that's better. I'm sorry. So, sometime in the next couple of months, I will get some molds in the mail, and I will be able to film the unboxing of those, as well as okay, as well as film, another resin video. I'm probably only going to be able to do one more batch of anything with this resin, so I will probably use it to make another set of rune molds. I really want to keep this first one I made for myself, but if somebody asks for them and they're willing to pay enough, I will probably sell it. So I'll tune in tomorrow and let you guys know how these molds are doing, like how they're going. Oh, and here's one that's way over here by itself. See? I'm really excited for these, though. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!